are hanging out with investigator Katie Stadler with the Rockford Police Department today because you guys are looking for new police officers.
We are. Our application opens up October 1st, so just about a week away.
Okay, so there's a lot that goes into obviously being a Rockford police officer. The physical test is something that people can prepare for though, right?
Yes, that's why I invited you guys here today to Oak Strength. We are trying to make sure that all the applicants are aware that we partnered with Oak Strength, and that if you feel that you're struggling in any area or just to make sure that you are prepared, if you email Matt right off our website, rpdwantsyou.com, Matt will be able to meet with you and figure out what they need to do to help you get ready for the test.
All right, so what are the requirements for the test?
You have to be able to do a sit and reach, and all this is done by gender and age. It's broken down to. So there's a sit and reach, you have a 1.5 mile run, and then you also have a bench press, and that's all based on body weight.
Okay, so is there, and I'm sure there's an age requirement, and is there a, what is that, like an age cutoff?
Yes, so we are 21 to 34 years old.
Okay.
You can turn 35, but it can't be before the end of the application process.
Okay.
So really 21 to 34 years old.
Is what you're looking for.
Yep.
So obviously coming here would be a great way to prepare for this test. What are some other tips?
The other major part is just if you can't afford to come to the gym, there's also other ways that you can do it at home. So just making sure you get outside. It's fall, but it's still not too cold. So you can get outside, start with the walk, then start with your running after that. You can do sit-ups in between the commercials.
Yes.
If you know you're sitting on your couch at home, you can still be doing those. Put your feet underneath your sofa and knock out your sit-ups. And then obviously just getting up and exercising, full core body workout. I always like to go to my burpees. Those are always a good one to do.
Sure. How many times do we have to take this test if we are trying to?
Good question. So the first time you only do it the first time when you're in the middle of the testing process. Then once we actually give you the job offer, that means you put your 2 weeks notice in your job. You're already starting with us on the first week of payroll. You have to do it one more time. That's a state standard. Okay. If you fail that one time, you then get fired from the job. So it's really important that even though you do it the first time and pass, you need to do it again and continue to work out.
And that first time, if you failed, can you try again next year? Or I don't know how often you guys are actually hiring.
Yeah, so we currently have an application open 3 times a year.
Okay.
So if for some reason, if you're kind of like, I don't know how I'm gonna do, apply. Do the written exam, get to that next stage of the power test, give it a shot. If you figure out like, man, I didn't realize I couldn't do that many sit-ups, I'm gonna hook you up with Matt from Oak Strength and then kind of see what you can do. And if that's something you can't, then I'll maybe give you whatever advice I can give to you if you can't make it to the gym.
All right, so we have some great officers who are going to help us today.
We do. I have part of our recruitment team members here with you guys, with us today, and we're going to put them through the test for you so you can kind of see what it takes to do the power test.
And Ryan, you guys are obviously great at the power test because you've completed it in real life and then again for us today. What advice would you have for people who are thinking about applying to be part of the police department, not only with the power test, but kind of the whole deal?
Don't underestimate it. Make sure you prepare, and just attention to detail from the first step of the process to the very end. Just take your time, pay attention to the questions, pay attention to the tests, and do your best every step of the way.
What about you?
I would say the first step is going to rpdwantsyou.com, filling out the application, making sure you really pay attention to all the details that we have in it. Have a friend or family member look it over, make sure it's all good to go before you submit it. And then the power test, it's not really too complex. It's something that anybody can really do. You just gotta prepare for it. That's all that comes down to. I mean, for females, I would say the bench press we tend to struggle with. So I would say every time you're watching TV, every time there's a commercial, or you go to the bathroom, do some push-ups. Do 10 push-ups every time. That'll get you ready for it.
Okay, what's the easiest part of the power test to you and what's the hardest part?
Easiest part might be the sit and reach.
Okay,
And
me too.
the hardest part's the run. You can't forget about the run, so make sure you're practicing your cardio.
Coming up next, we're getting you ready for fall with Gillies Heating and Air Conditioning, and then we're making French 75s on Spirit Day. We'll be right back.